Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Town Biz, and I'm back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Now check this out, y'all. It's getting spooky out here, man. You know, I'm just saying, man, I'm a big person on being prepared, being 2 steps ahead of the game. You feel me? And I feel like in the times we living in, it's like all the people who was popular, like they was all high mighty because of their circumstances. Listen, let me break something down, then we're gonna get to the content, right? I remember when I first moved back out here, right, to California. My cousin was living in Alvin Grooms in Oakland, California. So I go to her spot. We go up in there. But when we pull up in, I'm looking at all of these cars. I'm talking about big body, this, big rims, new cars. Not no old cars with not no dunk looking cars. I'm talking about new whips, Benzes, BMW, Infinity trucks, all these big rims on them. But I'm like, cuz, what's going on up in here? She was like, cuz, this is how everybody do it. I said, what you mean how everybody do it? I said, these people is paying more for their cars than to where they live at. She's like, this is how we do it out here. I'm like, wow, this is crazy, man, because I would never have a car that costs more than everything in my life. Your boy E40 said, don't buy a $100,000 car before you buy a house. You know what I'm talking about? So you people buying all these $100,000 cars, but they ain't invested in no house. Y'all living at these Section 8 apartments, and y'all over here tripping thinking that y'all ahead of y'all better than everybody because y'all don't have to work as hard as everybody else to pay for some stuff. People that work they work hard. You got people out here working hard to pay their bills, and they living somewhere in a small 1 bedroom somewhere, paying $1,500 a month. Say, depending on where you at, $1,800 a month. You feel me? And you people getting this Section 8, well, y'all paying $50, $60 and been doing that for years. Now everybody's getting upset about what the government's shutting everything down. But I don't know what's really going on, y'all. I'm just popping it right now. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe button. We're finna get to this content. You feel me? Then we gonna really talk about it, man. Because at the end of the day, man, I know it's hard out here, but I just feel like everybody who was always popping it, they finna feel it now. You dig what I'm talking about? So let's get to the content. Let's go.
Know how this is going to turn out, but the whole thing about the Trump housing, LA was already ahead of it. They stopped taking Section 8 applications, they said earlier in the year, because they didn't know where he was going to go. And sure enough, here we are. So the whole—
What did he say? You have to explain what happened.
the whole United States is in an uproar right now and very worried because last week they're cutting the funds. They're not going to give any money anymore to the funds for Section 8.
Okay, Section 8 new update. So if you've been on Section 8 for over 2 years, you should be getting a letter around October, because the head of HUD and housing said that if you already been on there over 2 years, then you're going to get a letter stating that you have to be
I tell you the truth. You see Trump say you taking that Section 8? You see that? You see? That partial rent you be paying? You got to go pay full rent like everybody else.
Right.
How you feel about Trump getting rid of Section 8?
Good.
A lot of people are upset about that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
It'll help boost the prostitution industry.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit.
The government talking about no food stamps November. Or no food stamps because of the shutdown. No food stamps, no food stamps, no food stamps, no food stamps. So people can't go get food right now. People will not be able to go buy food anymore. People can't even sell food stamps, even though that's kind of what they trying to stop people from selling food stamps. But the thing is, people selling their food stamps.
They're not trying to stop people from selling food stamps. They're trying to stop people from getting food stamps, period, because it's breaking the country for you people who living off the country for so long. You dig what I'm saying? All this is supposed to be a temporary fix, man. It's supposed to be a Band-Aid. You know, when you fall on hard times, you go get on it, not for you to turn it into a lifetime career of milking the government. See, what you don't understand is when you when they ask you, and when you reach out and say you need help, and they give you this help, right? And then you try to make a career out of it, right? It shows you how lazy you are as far as mentally and physically working for your own future. You a woman raising kids. You in the house bragging to your friends in front of your kids and your daughter, your kid. Yeah, I get Section 8. My rent only $50, $60. You know what I'm saying? I get $2,500 in food stamps. You inbreeding in them. Well, mom, how you do that? How you get that? Now, the dude gonna go and find a female to have a few kids. Let's go get on these food stamps. Let's go fill out these papers for Section 8. This is the mentality. Not let's go to school. Let's go get this, you know what I'm saying, this game up in our head, man. Let's go get certified or something. Let's go start our own business. See, a lot of you people don't understand, man. You're going to have to be an entrepreneur. Within the next 10 years, if you ain't got no entrepreneur skills to get your own money, I promise you're going to be, it's a couple of movies, I ain't gonna think of the name, but they had the people living under the city, all poor people living under the city, and all the people that can afford society and be productive were living on top of the city. I don't know if it was the old Total Recall. I'm not for sure what it was. I'm gonna look it up. But that's where we headed to. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
The people that need food, because nobody can afford food at this giving moment. So you know what, government? I don't know if y'all thought this out all the way. Maybe y'all did. I don't know. But since y'all cutting everybody off of food stamps, y'all pausing food stamps, can't nobody buy no food. Guess what? Stealing.
There are major changes coming to Section 8 housing starting with October 1st, 2025 that will affect millions of Americans, and here is everything you need to know about it. It is planning on cutting 43% of the federal housing assistance, and this will affect millions of Americans. Instead of HUD running that voucher program nationwide, they will send those funds to the state in the form of block grants, which means that every state will decide how to spend those funds. But it's a smaller amount of funds, so that means that fewer people will be able to get the assistance. One of the most controversial parts about this program is there is a 2-year max time limit on this program for everyone that's able to work.
You don't think?
And that's what it should have always been. Excuse me, but that's how it should have always been. It should have been always a time limit. That way, if you ask for my help, I'm gonna give you 5 years to get on your 3 years or whatever it is. Me personally, I would give each person 5 years. I wouldn't give 2 years. 2 years ain't no time. You don't even get education in 2 years. You can't. I would give somebody 5 years, and that would be you enough time for you to try to figure out if you're gonna go to school and major in something and get certified in something, or if you finna find you a job then where you can move up the ranks and become manager and get some money, but you can still feed your family. Now, it's not the government fault that you choose to have 5 and 6 kids, and I'm not talking bad about nobody's kids, and you can have as many kids as you want, but you got to be able to take care of your kids. You can't have kids and expect for the government to pay for your kids. You dig what I'm saying? That's the problem I'm having. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
I think it's gonna make good neighborhoods worse now because you got people migrating. You got people migrating to the suburbs now.
They ain't gonna be able to afford them. So they're not getting the vouchers no more. The only way project people and Section 8 people was able to come to the suburb because Section 8 was giving them vouchers. If the 2 or 3 kids was leaving the project and going to go get the voucher to go get the house.
That's what I'm telling you. Once
they won't be able to get that no more. So now they're gonna have to
go
where
they're gonna move to?
Back in and around the projects.
So they're gonna
leave. Wait, D. I gotta make sure you're right.
Okay.
And on top of that, let's just be honest, right? A lot of people move from their neighborhoods of where they live in now, especially in Oakland, because of the rent got so high. So even if it was because of Section 8, they moved somewhere because the rent was cheaper somewhere else, right? If they don't, if the rent go up other places, where you think they're gonna go? If they just move from their original place because the rent was too high, you think they're gonna go back to the same place? No, they're gonna have to find somewhere else that's a little cheaper to live, and that's how everybody keep winding up in the same spots. That's why all hoods that been beefing with each other end up rotating. Families get to moving due to the rent increase, and then they gotta find somewhere to live. Now you're surrounded with enemies. That's just what happened in New Orleans when that big flood happened. Everybody who was once beefing with each other and had space now was kind of mingling, living around each other. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go.
So Mom, this nigga Section 8 is in trouble?
Here we go. Pretty much, yeah.
Man, I can't have this homeless again. It was so hard when this didn't have nowhere to go.
Well,
because I told her how to let the car seat back from the trunk where you could lay across it all the way.
Y'all want to know why I can't work? I can't work because I have kids.
You just saying anything now, ho.
Not that I don't want to work.
I want to work. I want a job.
But who fault is it because you have kids? See, this is what I mean by people don't think about their future. You don't think about your future because you want to have sex. You want to get it in. You want to get it popping. You want to do all the freaky stuff, and then the responsibilities come along with having a kid. But then the back up the claim like, oh, they cutting us off. I want to work. No, you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't be having so many kids, because you know kids stop you from working. You got to have people to watch your kid. You got to have babysitters. You got to be able to do this. You can't really work if you ain't, listen, and fellas, I know it's a lot of guys out there, right, that probably, they say it's a lot of stay-at-home fathers now that stay home and take care of their kids while the woman go out and work. And people be like, oh, he's a mom, he ain't want to work. You don't know his situation. You don't know if he on disability where he can't go out and work, where he already get paid a certain amount of money, you feel me? So y'all don't know it to be calling him a bomb, like mentally, back hurt, might be broken up, anything. So for you women talking about, oh, yeah, a lot of stay-at-home dads ain't niggas that just stay at the house and play video games all day long. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stay-at-home dads. I know a lot of stay-at-home dads that be with their kids. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no video type of people. You know, video game playing people. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you know what I mean? It's sad. It's showing right now all this hatred for the government is due to people lack of accountability for their own actions or how they choose to maneuver through life. And now it's catching up to them. Since they thought they was wiggling and swindling the government and getting by, now look at them.
I want a routine, but I have kids and no support system.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Even like for this video right here, like, I don't even know if people are like, do they want to work, or do they just not want to work and want to, like, have like free assistance and live off of the government or whatever the case.
It's the second one, bro. Like you said, they don't want to work. They want free assistance off the government, and they want to pop it on the people that got to work for a living. You know what's crazy is I respect a woman who work hard and get what she got and have way less than a person who the government gave everything to and they're popping it like they living like that. I respect the one that have less, because at least they working hard for what they trying to accomplish, for what they got. They not running around here trying to have a keep a man baby so you can get some state funds. And I'm not saying a lot of you women that's what y'all did, but a lot of you women did have a keep a nigga baby, and y'all know y'all did. And I'm just keeping it gangster with you. If you know, you know. And there's stories out there, and there's women out here that say, I just thought if I had a baby, he wouldn't leave. That's a keep a nigga baby. Now, anyway, let's go.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. People genuinely need support. And, I'm sure she's got kids, and her kids got to be, she probably has little kids, maybe. She didn't say that, but I don't know, y'all. This is crazy.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet in her house provided by Section 8. Every meal was a bounty, food galore, until the government took her EBT away. And guess what? The Section 8 is on its way out too. You see what happens, you polite savages. You cannot get comfortable. You can't get comfortable with programs that are actually meant to be temporary. And then what happens? Coming to the internet and crashing out is not the lick. Ma'am, you actually gonna say that you want to do crime, that you're gonna steal if you don't get your food stamps, and then you think that that's gonna actually garner some public sympathy for you? You think the public's gonna care about you at all? Ma'am, you're just falling into the same old stereotype that you are unwilling, not unable, but unwilling to provide for yourself. And just think about the generational curse that you're handing down to your children. Damn.
You gotta be a slumlord to black people. They gonna tear up shit. Them and them projects, food stamp eating baby, they gonna tear up an apartment complex. Between them brothers and them uncles and them homeboys that's playing like they friend, but getting that standing in the front yard, they gonna run the grass down. Won't no grass grow. Where them in it?
Trump finna take that Section 8 from you, Section 9 and 10. And he need to take the sections from the club from you too. Cause that way you at with your Section 8 houses, always in the section in the club, and go home to your Section 8.
Right.
Pulling up in your Infinity truck or your Benz, C300.
Right.
Pulling right up to your Section 8 house.
Right.
And your C300 after you just left the section in the club, popping bottles. See, that's why Trump taking your Section 8 from you.
Mm-hmm. Maybe when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. You better start lying. What's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 4 or 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in a motherfucking 3-bedroom.
And ma'am, do you really think coming to the internet, coming to TikTok, bragging about a crime is absolutely going to help you and assist you in your means to the end? Absolutely not. Because you have to understand something. You coming up here dry snitching on yourself and
this is what I mean by we always have our hands out for stuff, and then when we get the help we need, now she just milked the gun. So by her saying that, this is what I mean by loose lips sink ships. You feel me? Because by her saying that, that's gonna make them look into every woman who have that same claim that they homeless, they family won't help them feed, they starving, this and this and that, and they're gonna start doing the deep side. That's why they got these DAs or whatever they is now for food stamps going around checking out you women houses, making sure what's going on. If you ain't got no dude living there with you or anything like that, man. This is crazy, man, that she would go in there and pop it and everybody going crazy now because y'all don't listen to her. Oh, I got the game from the internet. You gang goofy ass people out here, man. This is crazy. Let's get back to it.
Government is going to get some get back, take back, and use this as evidence compiled to quash the entire program. So the funny thing is that you are the tool of your own destruction, your tool of your own demise on two sides of the same coin. You should have did it the right way, but you couldn't even do it the wrong way, the right way, because you had to run your mouth right away.
Moments later.
Do y'all remember that time I got on here and told y'all about the food stamps?
Sure.
Why the fuck did they turn my food stamps off?
Are you serious?
And I gotta pay back $35,000.
No duh, dummy.
Trump, if you want to start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my luggage, swipe my link card, food that has ain't no pending balance on there. I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff.
Is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone.
So what if I told you that the most positive thing about...
Did you hear what he just said, though? Did you hear what he just said? What I've been saying, they've been watching us. They watch the internet. This is what white folks do that don't come to our community. They sit there with their kids, and when they see y'all on here fighting, half naked in the club, doing twerking on top of cars, falling off cars, and they watch these stories, they sit there and watch their kids. They be like, see, this is what I don't want you to be. Go to them places and become people like this or hang with people like this. Look, this is how they act. They act like animals. We don't get that because we figure, oh, we black, so we embrace our blackness as if our ignorance, as if that's just us being black. Nah, man, that's ignorance, man. It's a way to conduct yourself, man. In order to get further in life and get somewhere in life, right? Sometimes you got to play the game. What I mean by play the game, that means sometimes you got to put yourself in position to win. And the way to put yourself in position to win is to guard the way you put information in the world, especially with today's time when everything's on the internet, everything's about the internet. So why would you get on the internet twerking? Why would you get on the internet with your button? Like, let me rephrase that. I do not like when I see a lot of women who do the bend over butt with their butts poked all out and thongs and all that stuff. I just feel like at the end of the day, everybody looking up to it is giving up the wrong message. Like, what does that mean? Like, if every picture you take, you bent over with your ass out, what does that mean? Does that mean I want you to ram my you know what I'm saying, my buttocks? Is that what that means? Because I'm trying, or when you go to somebody's page and they big, they got big friends, big kids, big everything, and they show everybody picture of their full body, but the only picture they show of themselves is just headshots. What does that mean? Like, come on, man, y'all do weird things on this internet and pop it and talk crazy and all this, but then you do everything you do is a contradiction in the things that you're doing. Like, don't talk about somebody else if you can't talk about yourself. You can't. That's the point I'm making right there. Let's go.
This whole situation that you're in is that this rug getting yanked from under your feet. letting you know that you are not in a position to be strong, independent, don't need a man, when the man that you were depending on was the U.S. federal government. You fell for the marketing. You fell for the good old 1-2, the 3-card Monty. Find the queen, find the queen. Oh, you couldn't find the pretty girl, and what the pretty girl was doing was taking your ability to actually take care of yourself. Don't you understand, ma'am? You're supposed to pair up, have a baby with somebody, and both of you take care of that child. And when you substituted that man from Uncle Sam, well, let's just keep it a buck. In the end, you just fell for the scam. You dig?
This country is a joke. It's a joke. You mean to tell me they're taking food stamps out of people's mouths for the month of November? Are we talking about everybody in the country?
Wow, this is a big one. Big changes are happening to Section 8 housing this fall, and it can affect millions of families nationwide. The 2026 budget proposal kicks in October 1st, 2025, and they're reducing the HUD budget by $33 billion. That's 44% less funds that would go towards Section 8 and rental assistance.
She was like, you got me out here like that. I was like, but I show you love when you do services for me, but not enough to put you up.
Right. Anyway.
You can't have a place to stay for what you do. You haven't proven that type of loyalty.
See, and that's what's going on the streets. These women, and it's not their fault. Let me be the first to say this, y'all. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people like, they be saying you always go hard on the women when you speak. And I go hard on women because I hold y'all to a higher pedestal. Because I don't look at niggas. I don't care what niggas do. You know what I'm saying? That's their business. I care about how my women, my black sisters look out here to the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why I speak on y'all the way I do. But the thing about it is, you know what I mean? The way you portray yourself and the image that you put out there, people reflect on, they look down on that. You know what I'm saying? The things you do in life people think, oh, because you over here, you record these videos where you having these threesomes and you in these little weird little these S parties, and you know what I'm saying? You doing these situations, right? And thinking, I got these videos recorded, ain't gonna get back up there. Everything have a way of resurfacing. You know what I'm saying? And please believe, if your video don't resurface, that's because you ain't doing enough far as being successful. Because when you be successful, all of a sudden you got old videos and old pictures and old things pop back up on you that you never thought that would come out. So that's why you got to be careful about the things you do. You know what I mean? And you know, I get it. We need, well, not we. Let me rephrase that. A lot of people need this Section 8. Do I wish I had Section 8? I think everybody on this earth wish they had some kind of assistance where they didn't have to pay that high amount of money for rent. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What I wish for, what I want, and what I got is totally two different things. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not going to go too deep off into this one because I know that this one is more of a touchy subject, you know what I'm saying, than anything. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of in that one right there, man. I just want y'all women to understand and my friend and my people to understand, right? I know it's finna get bad out here with this Section 8 being cut off and with this food stamps being cut, and you don't know how long this cut going to be for as this food stamp goes. So, you know, this is why everybody needs somebody. This is why when people say, I don't need a man for nothing. Yes, you do. You need somebody. You know, everybody needs somebody. You know what I mean? Because you ain't going to be able to survive on your own. Section 8 ain't there no more. Food stamps ain't there no more. Now that dude who was offering to help you out that little bit of money he had, that you was like, that ain't enough money for me type of woman. That ain't enough money. I guarantee it's going to be enough money now. I guarantee y'all going to know how to put them tools and fuse together and make it happen. Anyway, man, y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. I'm your boy, Town Biz, and thank you for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button on your way up out of here and tune back in. We're going to do it later on.
Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking